tells some servants what to do. And now it's just we're departing. It's not like he's following them and touching the water. He seems to like be in the background now. What's that all about?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in the kitchen, right? I mean,
Still helping his mom, kind of thing.
still hanging out with his mom.
Doing the empanadas now. They've moved on to the
Yeah.
next part. Salt.
And it doesn't sound like they're honored guests. You know what I mean? It almost sounds like they're additional guests. So I think, Mary was there. And then it's like, well, Jesus and his disciples were also invited. Oh, your family's in town. They can come too. We know Mary was either helping or she heard what was going on and said to Jesus, come on, fix this with us.
Yeah,
Throw them a bone, Jesus. They're having a panic attack over here.
yeah. The party's being ruined, and and I've been at a few weddings with your family, connected to your family, and those have been some good parties. You
Those are
know,
good parties.
they've been good weddings. Some weddings are they're not that much fun, but yours have been really really fun. All right,
I hope so.
yeah, I think so. So what's the deal? Why is this the first miracle? What is there?
I don't
Is it?
know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, there's lots of, speculation about, what a wedding means and the relationship of the bridegroom. And it could be all those things. And it
Mhm.
could be that they were, Jesus was close to starting his ministry, and this is what came up, right? We're getting a big picture of who God is, who is Jesus. If we're getting the full picture of who Jesus is, this is an example of Jesus fully man, his relationship with his mother. Fully man right here, right? He's still got a mother that's telling him what to do. So if Jesus was not fully man and God floating around, his
Mhm.
mother would not be this involved in this relationship. Right?
Yeah.
Have fully God, right? So we have a miracle because God, he's fully God, can do this miracle. And then we also have, as they're leaving, we learn a little bit more about this earthly relationship, right? He's got some of his disciples now, maybe not all of them, his mother and his brother and his disciples. And we see what Jesus's pack is going to look like here. He's got his earthly family and he's got his chosen family of disciples that he's brought along. And now they're moving on. And this is like out the starting gate. And I
Okay.
feel like it's a miracle that's a transition from his home life of
Oh,
doing his thing just with his family, living life to now we're on.
yeah.
And it doesn't mean he kicks the family to the side and moves on. He's still connected. He's still meeting the needs of others in a very real, tangible way. And now here we go.
Do you think him and his disciples got drunk?
Are
I
you
mean, we're
asking me if
talking,
they got drunk?
Jody, we're talking a lot of wine. What is
I
it, like
did, they did.
180 gallons of wine?
How many
Maybe
guests do you think are typical in a wedding like that?
I don't know. I want to know if Jesus and whoever he had at that were drinking a lot, or were they
No.
drinking in moderation?
Boy, I don't think the Bible mentions that.
Do you think the people at that wedding were drinking a lot of wine?
Well, sure, the guests maybe, but I don't think Jesus and his disciples were. But that's just me wanting my earthly Jesus to also be perfect.
Okay.
It's not easy to be an adult and still listen to our parents. I'm going to say that. You've probably been there. I've been an adult with parents. It's not easy. My mother-in-law is still alive, 93. uh, you know, and so I watched my husband with his mother, and I'm a little more removed as an in-law. So it
Yeah.
is not an easy relationship always, and it's not an easy relationship to be. I'll tell you what, there's not enough books about parenting adults, and we think we're not parenting anymore, but we still have a relationship with our kids, but it's harder to navigate, right? Than when they're 10 and they just have to do what you say.
Yeah. Yeah. It changes. It totally changes.
As women and as Christian women, we mother a lot more people sometimes than just our children. I know sometimes God puts people in our life that need nurturing or care or feeding or some kind of mothering. Um, And as a Christian woman, we can really take that and use that for the good of our community, right?
Right.
Um, I think mothering sometimes gets a bad rap. It can be more like smothering, and that's not the nature of mothering. Mothering is, well, the Bible talks about, under our wings, taking, if you imagine a hen and the protecting her chicks under her wing. And
Yeah.
so I think
Beautiful image of the mothering attributes of God.
yeah, yeah. And so I think using those mothering attributes that we have and sharing that with those that aren't our children, but with who God puts in our path, whether it's in our home or in our neighborhood or wherever we can offer care, is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, sounds like that's how your mom was, the way you described her.
My mom was great at mothering people. She cared for people well,
Yeah. Have
even
you lived?
playing cribbage. Playing
Yeah.
cribbage.
Are you your mother's daughter? Have you lived up to her?
No, my mother was so neat. And I am not.
Neat as in
She,
like cool, or neat as in tidy?
tidy. I
Oh,
swear. I think that
Thank
tidiness
God
skips
you're
a
not like your mom. That would be horrible.
skips a generation. Let me tell you, this I was raised by the kind of person that cleared the dinner plates before you barely finished eating. And when we as a kid went in to take a bath and then our clothes were laid out on our bed and everything was put away and there was just not things were not out of place. When my mom lived in a little retirement community, they used her apartment as the one to show people because it was I
Hey,
think she died vacuuming. She vacuumed every day.
it sounds like your mom gave birth without any mess, and to me, it sounds like you're describing a highly abusive home situation. And, but you're
I
having
went to
to.
college. I went to college and I was like, when is someone gonna come and do this laundry?
They still haven't come. Huh? All right. Well, thanks for doing this, and thanks for coming on Sunday, and thanks for being a good friend too.
Oh man, I appreciate you and I appreciate you and Donna and your amazing parenting. It's you're a testimony to a lot of us.
Thank you.